Isabella's journey began in Colombia. Like many immigrants, she came to America chasing the promise of a better life. She became a naturalized U.S. citizen and built a thriving career in real estate. By 2017, Isabella had established herself as a respected member of the Delray Beach community. Her broker, Ben Shakar, said that her outgoing personality made her perfect for real estate. In the 16 months she worked at his office, Isabella showed real promise as an agent. Isabella's family remained incredibly close-knit. Her parents lived in Boca Raton, along with her three sisters, Diana, Elizabeth, and Adriana. The family maintained their Colombian traditions while embracing their new American life. Isabella's mother was particularly involved in helping care for baby Amelia, which brought Isabella comfort as a working single mother. In 2014, Isabella met Louis Bennett online. Bennett was a 42-year-old mining engineer with dual citizenship in Australia and the United Kingdom. He was an experienced sailor who held a Royal Yachting Association coastal skipper certification. When Isabella and Louis began dating, their relationship moved quickly. By July 2016, their daughter Amelia was born. By February 2017, they were married. From the outside, it appeared to be a perfect match, but beneath the surface, cracks were already showing. Isabella's family revealed that the couple faced constant financial pressures. They owed over $2,500 in debts and struggled with multiple credit card payments. More troubling were their fundamental disagreements about their future. Bennett wanted to raise Amelia in Australia. Isabella was adamant that she would not leave Florida and her family. The tension between them was evident in text messages recovered by investigators. Isabella wrote to Bennett, "You make me crazy, shouting, yelling, swearing." In another message, she said, "I'm tired of you telling me I'm the worst person you have ever met. Everything I do is wrong. This is very pathetic." Despite these serious problems, the couple decided to take a belated honeymoon cruise in April 2017, leaving baby Amelia with Isabella's family. On April 29, 2017, Isabella and Louis flew to St. Martin in the Caribbean and boarded Bennett's 37-foot catamaran, Surf, into summer. The plan was to sail through Puerto Rico, then to Cuba before returning to Key West, Florida. Isabella stayed in touch with her sister Diana, regularly calling and asking about baby Amelia. However, something suspicious occurred early in the trip. Isabella's personal mobile phone broke, leaving them dependent on Bennett's communication devices. More suspicious was that Bennett did not activate the satellite phone or his personal locator beacon until they reached Cuba on the final, most dangerous leg of their journey. FBI investigators would later note that this was indicative of a calculated plan. He wanted to ensure his own rescue after harming his wife. On May 14, 2017, Isabella and Louis departed Havana, Cuba, bound for the final stretch home. At 8:25 that evening, Isabella called her sister Diana via satellite phone. "We just connected the phone," Isabella said. "It's been really hard for us to connect it." She explained they had left Cuba and were in the middle of the ocean. Her last words were, "I'll see you tomorrow." Those were the last words anyone would ever hear from Isabella. According to Louis Bennett's account, what happened next was a tragic accident. He claimed that around 8 p.m., he asked Isabella, who had minimal sailing experience, to take control of the catamaran for night watch. Now, Bennett said he did not require her to wear a life jacket, safety harness, or a personal locator beacon. In the early morning hours of May 15th, Bennett claimed he was awakened by a loud crashing sound. He came on deck to find the sails loose, the helm unmanned, and Isabella gone. But his response was shocking. He did not call out for his wife. He did not search for her. He did not immediately call for help. Instead, for approximately 45 minutes, Bennett carefully loaded items onto his life raft: suitcases, bags, water, food, and most tellingly, 9 plastic tubes containing 225 stolen silver coins worth $4,200. Only after securing his belongings did Bennett cut the life raft loose and call for rescue. At 1:30 a.m. on May 15th, the U.S. Coast Guard received emergency signals from his personal locator beacon. At 4:30 a.m., They located Bennett floating in his life raft. When Coast Guard officials asked Bennett what he had done to search for his wife, his answer was chilling. "I did not do anything." He conducted no search. He made no effort to find Isabella. The Coast Guard launched one of the most extensive search and rescue operations in the region's history. For 4 days, they searched over 4,980 square nautical miles using 4 aircraft and 3 cutters. The operation lasted 137 hours, but Isabella was nowhere to be found. On May 18th, they suspended the search. Just 1 day later, Bennett made a shocking request. He asked the Coast Guard for a letter of presumed death for Isabella so he could move forward with inheritance and custody matters. Investigators found this deeply suspicious. It was extremely early for a husband who would normally want his wife to be found alive. Meanwhile, investigators examined the sunken catamaran. What they found contradicted Bennett's story completely. The damage appeared to come from inside the boat, not from external collision. 2 underwater escape hatches were found open, something that would cause rapid flooding. A naval architect from the U.S. Coast Guard Academy concluded that the vessel was intentionally scuttled. The opening of both escape hatches defied prudent seamanship and could not be accidental. On June 16th, FBI agents searched Bennett's condominium. Hidden in boat shoes in the bedroom closet, they found 162 gold coins, stolen from a yacht called Kitty R, where Bennett had worked in 2016. In total, $100,000 worth of gold and silver had been stolen from that yacht. Bennett had filed a false police report claiming a burglary when he was actually the thief. For investigators, Bennett's motives became clear. Killing Isabella would end their marital conflict. It would allow him to inherit her estate. Most importantly, it would give him sole custody of Amelia to raise wherever he chose. When Bennett returned to the United States on August 29, 2017, FBI agents arrested him. He initially pleaded guilty to transporting stolen goods and served 7 months in prison. On February 20, 2018, he was arrested on second-degree murder charges. However, in November 2018, Bennett changed his plea to involuntary manslaughter. Isabella's family opposed this deal, but prosecutors cited the challenges of proving murder on the open sea. On May 28, 2019, Judge Federico Moreno sentenced Bennett to 8 years in federal prison plus restitution. The judge stated, "The family of the decedent will never acknowledge this as involuntary, and nor should they." Today, Isabella's family maintains contact with Amelia, who lives in Scotland with Bennett's parents. Isabella Helman was 41 when she died, a daughter, sister, mother, and friend whose light was extinguished far too soon. Her family asks that we remember Isabella, not for the tragedy of her death, but for the joy she brought to everyone who knew her. Please don't forget Isabella.